Hi everyone, this is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. Please press the thumbs up button, subscribe, share, comment. I am always looking forward to the dialogue. In today's video, I'm going to be addressing a topic that David from the Security Guard Command wanted me to address. David made a video where there was this lady who was at a shopping mall. She lost her keys. The security guard found the keys. However, the security guard was found inside of her vehicle, going through the vehicle, going through all of her property. And alongside the security guard was some other dude that was also going through her vehicle. She asked them, "What are you doing?" And they mentioned some of the effect of, "We are looking for your ID." If you see the video, and I'll leave links in the description box to David's video, if you see the video, you just have this feeling that they were not looking for her ID. They were looking for things to steal. So we need to talk about when you can search vehicles. Are you allowed to do that as a private security officer? And if you do something like this without permission, what are the crimes and civil torts that can attach to it? First off, that video is just frustrating to watch, because as a private security professional, we are supposed to be in a position of trust. We're not sworn police officers, we're not sworn law enforcement officers, but the clients trust us. That's why many states we're allowed to wear a badge, a uniform. We go through the licensure process. But it's a semi-position of public trust. And you can disagree or you can agree, but that's my perspective of private security. That trust is breached when somebody does something that compromises their integrity, like going inside of the victim's vehicle and not looking for ID, but looking for other things. Okay. Now let's talk about that scenario. And guys, if you like this content, I talk about searches. I talk about inspections into greater detail than today's video in my 40-hour online private patrol operator leadership and development course. So make sure that you guys attend my course so that you can get a better perspective. You will also be able to articulate these types of situations. If you're a leader in the security industry, you will sound more articulate. You'll know how to do some research if you have to. And this is for your company. And you'll be able to better address situations like this. So I want to talk about searching the vehicle for ID. It actually makes sense. Okay, you're searching the vehicle for some type of form of ID. You need to make sure that the client or the customer, you got to make sure that that vehicle really belongs to that person. Now, I don't know why they just didn't ask for her ID. Does she have a purse? And if she has a purse, does she leave her ID in the purse? And was that purse left in the car? I could see them rummaging through the vehicle for that ID, but they should ask. They just say, "Ma'am, I understand that you said that this is your vehicle, but in the interest of justice for this property, is it okay if I locate a form of ID so I could identify you, make sure that you're the right person?" And most people will say yes. So get that item in their presence while they're there and just verify that it's them. Is it so hard to do? Well, it's not. Second, you don't want to have an unauthorized person in the vehicle. I just think that the security guard was up to no good. I don't even want to call him a security guard. I want to call both of them thugs, but it looks like that he had an accomplice with him. That other person was not in uniform. It was not right what they were doing. Okay. You should always ask. When in doubt, ask for consent. David also mentioned that this video was part of a thread on Reddit. Guys, if you know me, I don't go to Reddit. Well, I rarely go to Reddit. I depend on you guys for feeding information, but the intelligence level on Reddit is at an all-time low. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't have patience for the Redditors. The comments that they make, I don't even know where the skill level is obtained by some of these people, but it's frustrating to see the skill level, to see the comments. But some of the comments that were made, some people think that this is okay. So let's talk about that. So at many properties, especially school properties, there'll be a sign at the entrance, and it'll say your vehicle is subject to search. So there's a lot of security guards that believe that because a sign says your vehicle is subject to search, that you can search that vehicle without permission. That's just stupidity. Okay, look, what allows you to search a vehicle is basically implied consent. It's an implied contract. In exchange for you being able to enter this private property, you have to consent to a vehicle search. That's the contract. And that contract is valid. But what are the remedies if that contract is breached? Okay, this implied contract is breached. What's the remedies? Well, the remedy is that person has to leave. The remedy isn't you get to force yourself inside of somebody's vehicle. Okay, so basically what you're going to tell the person, technically what you would tell them is, hey, you breached this contract. When you enter the property, you enter into an implied agreement. The sign says that all vehicles entering this property are subject to search. By you not allowing us to search a vehicle, you are breaching the terms of the agreement. Therefore, I am asking you to leave. So that's how it would pan out. But you don't get to just force yourself inside of vehicles, you guys. Okay? As for an unattended vehicle, if the vehicle's unattended, doors are unlocked, I don't think it's a good idea to go inside. Okay? If the vehicle doesn't belong there, as long as you have the proper signage and you're working within the proper authority of your state, you could just tow the vehicle off the property. The problem that I have going through people's vehicles is always the accusation that you stole something. Yeah, it's an accusation, and they have to prove that, but it's still it's a hassle to go through. And this happens a lot when private security goes inside of vehicles, or private security tows a vehicle. Many times you have the owner of the vehicle calling the police and saying, hey, you know what, I had $1,000 inside, I had $100 inside, and now it's gone. And then now you're suspect number one. Now, again, I want to reiterate that person has to prove that you stole the item. There has to be some type of evidence. Let's also discuss the crime of burglary. Now, every state's different. But I'll tell you, in California, when you enter a vehicle with the intent to steal or commit a felony therein, that is a burglary. Now, in California, we do require the doors to be locked and the windows to be rolled up. In that circumstance where you have the mall security guard going or entering the vehicle, I would certainly push burglary. And I hope the law enforcement officers in this jurisdiction, I hope they investigated the case to its core, and I hope they're going to submit the case to the district attorney's office for prosecution. Because, look, it was just too suspicious, you guys. They did not enter the vehicle to find ID. Okay, they were just rummaging through it, and it wasn't just the security guard. It was this other guy as well. And you could just look at the body posture. They were hesitant to answer any questions. They delayed. Obviously, you have to go there and interview the security guards and get enough information. You have to review all of the totality of the facts of the circumstances in order to push forward a case for burglary. But when the vehicle's locked, windows are rolled up, you enter the vehicle with the intent to steal or take something that doesn't belong to you, okay, that's a potential burglary charge. And I think that we should at least push that with these guys. I mean, they did not have good intentions from going inside. Now, is a burglary charge going to fly? I don't know. Again, I don't have all the facts. I don't. Let me ask you this: as a security guard, is it really worth it? I just don't think it is. Now, if it's not a burglary charge, there's a trespassing charge. Whenever you violate someone's property rights, you enter a structure, The lower offending charge is trespass. So that's what you have. Now, if you don't have a burglary, vehicle burglary, you don't have a criminal trespass, there's something called trespass to chattel. This is a civil tort, or your general trespassing tort. Okay, you're entering this vehicle, you don't have permission. Okay, you could sue this person in civil court. Are you going to get far? I don't know. I'm not an attorney. There's not legal advice, not professional advice. But this is not the right thing to do, guys and gals. If you work at an airport or a government facility, there might be a little bit different change of procedures of case law. You might be acting under the arm of a law enforcement authority. So basically, in order to search the vehicle, you would need probable cause to believe that whatever's inside of the area that you're searching is going to reveal fruits of some type of crime. You can do that, but in some cases, especially the trunk or locked boxes, you're going to need a search warrant. And there's no security officers that I know of that get search warrants. You normally leave that to the law enforcement authority. So that's my thoughts on vehicle searches. If the person does not consent to a vehicle search, then you can remove them off the property. And I'll also say this, that if you're searching a vehicle by yourself on the property, that's an officer safety hazard. Your head is, it's below, it's on the floorboard, you're lowering your center of gravity, you're just opening yourself up to an ambush. Again, I don't think it's a good thing to be searching vehicles. That's my thoughts. Looking forward to the discussion, guys. Take care.